start with breaking news. The gymnastics coach with ties to Larry Nassar is found dead at a rest stop on the day he faced his own set of lengthy criminal charges. Glad you're with us at 6. Off the top, it has been a day full of disturbing developments involving John Geddert, a man who coached some of America's top athletes.
Here's an overview of the situation. Geddert was a USA Gymnastics coach and former associate of Larry Nassar. State Attorney General Dana Nessel announced several charges against Geddert today. They include several counts of human trafficking and sex crimes. After Geddert failed to appear for a video arraignment, he was found dead at a rest stop in Grand Ledge. And that's where Mara McDonald is standing by with the latest. Mara.
Devin, take a look behind me. The rest stop in question is right there. It's right off of 96. The Michigan State Police have the entire area blocked off, which is why we are in a field across the freeway. And you're right, police sources confirming for us that John Geddert's body was found inside the rest stop here around 3:15 this afternoon. He has killed himself, we are told, single gunshot wound. Geddert was not just a local coach. He was a prominent figure in USA Gymnastics. He coached the 2012 Women's Olympic team in London. He owned Twistars Gym in Diamonddale, which is where elite gymnasts would come to train. And it's also where Larry Nassar worked out of. Now, Geddert and Nassar weren't just associates. They were friends, and it became clear during Nassar's trials that a variety of gymnasts held John Geddert responsible for Larry Nassar's abuse of them because they say he enabled him. This afternoon, he was expected to be arraigned on charges stemming not only from allegedly enabling Nassar, but his own behavior. He was supposed to be arraigned, I believe, they thought around 2 o'clock this afternoon. He didn't show up. That's when the call went out and he was discovered here at this rest stop. So we are waiting for some sort of official word from the Michigan State Police, but right now they have the entire area blocked off. We're live in Watertown Township. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Of course, just before his death, facing 24 charges that had been announced, but not very many of them actually connected to Larry Nassar.
Yeah, Grant Herms has a breakdown of those charges, and Grant, a lot of them were unusual.
And those would be the human trafficking charges, of which there are 20. Now, they're being used not necessarily in the way that we think of human trafficking, but they do still fit under the state's newly expanded definition.
In all, Geddert was facing 24 charges, 20 counts of human trafficking, including 4 involving a minor. Attorney General Dana Nessel explaining the reasoning behind it.
It is alleged that John Geddert used force, fraud, and coercion against the young athletes that came to him for gymnastics training for financial benefit to him.
In an interview, survivor of Larry Nassar, an athlete under Geddert, Lindsay Lemke, describing the alleged abuse.
When we were traveling to these competitions and we would win money, or rather, so John would win money. And basically he's winning money off of our downfalls, off of our injuries, everything that we were going through as his athletes.
Geddert was also charged with 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct, both involving minors between the ages of 13 and 16, allegedly happening in January of 2012. And then there were 2 more charges, 1 count of racketeering and another for lying to or misleading a police officer during the investigation into disgraced Dr. Larry Nassar. In all, Geddert was facing upwards of 350 years behind bars.
Now, several Larry Nassar survivors said today that these charges were a sense of hope, a sense of progress, and now it seems like any of that hope or progress they'll likely not be getting. We do want to say that there is a Michigan sexual assault survivors hotline, 24/7 survivors can call. We'll have a link to that on clickondetroit.com. Back to you.
Okay, Grant, thank you.